Claudia Jordan has finally broken her silence, and trust me, the internet is not ready for what she's spilling. After staying quiet for years, she's now airing out some heavy accusations against Diddy. And she's not the only one speaking up. You won't believe who else is coming forward with their own stories. So, for those of y'all who might not know, Claudia Jordan isn't new to the game. She's been in the entertainment industry for years as a TV personality, actress, and former Real Housewives of Atlanta star. She's been around long enough to cross paths with just about every major player in Hollywood, and Diddy is no exception. Now, when it comes to Diddy, Claudia claimed in an interview that she and Diddy only met briefly at the BET Awards in 2008, but the internet streets seem to think otherwise, baby.
I met Diddy one time. I was at the BET Awards in 2008, I think it was, when MySpace was still around. I was at rehearsal, he was at rehearsal, and he comes up to me and says, what parties are you going to tonight? I was like, I don't know, wouldn't you know what the parties are? And he was like, yeah. So he got my phone number, and I said he would let me know what the poppin' places were. And another time we saw him was another big weekend. If y'all are not familiar with Vegas, I know I'm going long. Memorial Day weekend, fight weekend, Labor Day weekend, that's when a lot of celebrities used to come out. So it would not be rare or odd to see a Diddy, a Jay-Z, an Eve, or this or that, Lil Kim. They would be out there for that. We randomly ran into him. Now, the second time we saw him, he was definitely out there and he had a show.
Photos have popped up showing Claudia and Diddy looking way more than casual acquaintances, with rumors swirling that they've been more connected behind the scenes. But since Diddy's recent troubles, Claudia's been on a roll, making sure everyone knows her side of the story, and sis has been talking non-stop about him. Claudia recently sat down for a podcast interview, and that's when the floodgates opened. She broke down talking about the emotional manipulation and stress she claims she endured because of him. According to Claudia, Diddy was not only manipulative, but she described the whole experience as torturous, saying she felt mentally drained and pushed to her limit.
The next day, I get a gang of text messages and phone calls from the New York number, from his number, saying, baby girl, why are our personal pictures on media takeout? I said, what's media takeout? I didn't know what media takeout was at the time. He was like, call Fred, gave me his bat line, and get this off. I go, get what off? I went and looked. It was like, Diddy leaves Cassie for Deal or No Deal model. I was horrified. A, I don't do that the other girls. I'm very adamant against that. B, I don't want to be attached to Diddy like that. I was cool with Kim Porter. It was not a good look to me, and he just had the twins. So anyways, I started calling, trying to get this taken down. This texted me 56 times in one day. And his moods went from, baby girl, why are our pictures to, if I thought you did this on purpose, I would have had you hurt. And it got crazy. So I called him back one time with my publicist friend on the line, and she heard him say that he would make me disappear. So then I had to buck up back with him and said, look, don't talk to me like that. I'm not scared of you. This is before I heard about some of the other right? Hanging people upside down out of buildings.
But that's not all, because she didn't hold back in pointing fingers at Diddy for some of the suspicious deaths that have been linked to him over the years. Now, this isn't the first time we've heard whispers about Diddy's involvement in shady situations, but Claudia flat out said what a whole lot of folks were only speculating. In fact, she got real about the number of people close to him who've met tragic fates. Listen to this.
Albie Shore and Diddy are the only ones that are alive from that record company, right? The only ones that are alive. Allegedly, Heavy D was working on a book about his life, dead. And this is all on the internet. I think Jaguar talks about this. Andre Harrell supposedly was going to talk about his life, dead. Albie Shore supposedly was working on this before and then went into a coma. I remember this. Albie Shore is a friend of mine. We used to work out together in LA. I know him. Right before this coma, y'all, he was training for those celebrity boxing matches and then falls into this coma, and he almost died. Like they said when they opened up his insides and did the surgery, it was liquefied. So when things like this happen in your life, will you be a little bit more tight-lipped about things? Could that be a reason why maybe you didn't act the way we would normally think someone should act? I also think, in my opinion, because when Kim Porter, when she passed, she had nothing negative. Before she died, she had nothing negative to say about Albie Shore's parenting skills. You never heard her.
But wait, Jaguar Wright, who's been pretty vocal about this entire Diddy saga, has something to say about this whole situation too. Jaguar recently called out Claudia in an interview in response to what she's been saying that Claudia's been playing both sides and that she's only speaking up now because it's convenient.
A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil.
Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you?
According to Jaguar, Claudia was tight-lipped when Diddy was still walking around free, but now that he's behind bars, she has completely flipped so that she doesn't get entangled in the mess. Jaguar didn't mince her words, basically accusing Claudia of using this moment to stay relevant and secure some clout. Now, a lot of people are supporting Claudia for speaking up, but there are tons of others who are accusing her of being two-faced and trying to do damage control and capitalizing on Diddy's downfall. A user said, "Shout out to Claudia Jordan for keeping it real." Another user tweeted, "Claudia full of shit. She keeps looking to the side. Please. She knows she was part of that bullshit. Girl, you were with Diddy. Please, Jag not lying." It's pretty split down the middle. Some believe Claudia is just another victim finally speaking her truth, while others are calling her out for being opportunistic. However, after Claudia's interview, more women are starting to speak up. Sources close to these women say they've been holding back for years, but now that someone as outspoken as Claudia has shared her truth, others feel like it's time for their stories to come out too. Likes of Thalia Graves. Another lady came out to say,
Diddy parties. Those are assault parties. And I was one of the kids that was one of the party favors. And a party favors means that you're set on top of a table and you're used as a toy for anybody who comes across the table or who wants to party at a certain time of night when the music stops and then the DJ starts flashing all these lights and they close the doors, and then everybody turns into like a frenzy and starts going into a crazed animal-like demonic state, and you have no idea what's going on. And yes,
as of now, Diddy's camp hasn't responded to any of Claudia's claims, but that's not exactly a surprise since they have bigger problems. Like, Diddy keeps getting hit with new lawsuits every couple business days. Claudia, on the other hand, is standing her ground. She's made it clear that she's done being silent about what she's went through, and she's not backing down. But what do y'all think? Is Claudia telling the truth about Diddy's manipulative behavior, or is there more to the story that we haven't heard yet? Let us know in the comments below, because this drama is far from over. And you already know, we'll be bringing you all the updates as they come in.